bigger and better things. Well, now with me being a graduated practical nurse, which in some areas of in some places, it would be a graduated vocational nurse. Anyway, it's not RN, but I do plan on pursuing that at some time. Uh, it just, I was thinking about it. A lot of people have been posting things on social media, and it happens. Whatever. That's how everything works now. Everything's social media. I remember back in the days, it was phone with the long damn cord that could wrap around two trees. You could talk to your neighbor, and it's just funny to me. Things have changed. I will be doing videos again. I do need to take my LPN licensure exam, which I still am not able to take right now. Not through any fault of my own. It's just they haven't processed everything because we need something called the ATT number. Nursing school isn't easy by any means. I've seen people go through divorce. I've seen people multiple breakups because the other side of them haven't been able to understand that you go through a lot when you learn a lot about the body, and you start learning about other individuals, and unfortunately individuals like us that go through nursing programs start to self-diagnose. For all the guys that, meaning male and female, you have to do your NANDAs, you have to do your different homework. In some areas, you have you might have different programs that you might have to use online as far as studying. Utilize those programs. If you have the books, utilize them. Because the thing is, once you get done with nursing school, and you're like, finally, I did it, there's a whole weight lifted off of your shoulders. You never realize how much BS you went through. And you're like, I'm done. But it's not over because you still have to take your boards. You know? For for the program that I went through, LPN, I don't know if it's different for LVN. Maybe some of you guys could let me know in the comments if it's a different cost if you went that route. But every time we test, it's $200. Now, some people might look at that like, oh, it's only $200. Have you thought about what nurses get paid, considering all the stuff we have to do for you to make sure that you're alive? Yeah, $200 is a lot of money. So for all the nurses or aspiring nurses that are out there, make sure you study. There are numerous videos on YouTube. Michael Nares is another. Michael, I don't know, maybe I got the last name wrong. Michael, I don't remember. He has a lot of videos. He has an LPN program type thing going on. But a lot of his videos were really, really helpful. Not taken away from what I went through with my program, but for me, it helped me, and it's been helping. Now, what have I learned from deciding to be a nurse? Well, I learned a lot about myself. I learned that I like people a lot more than I thought I did. We all know going through our daily trials and tribulations that people ain't, you know. But when you start to learn as far as the whys, when you start to learn as far as the how comes, you, depending on the type of person you are, you realize that there's a lot more going on in the human body, the human mind, that people don't think about. A lot of things happen, and it's things that doctors don't see. And unless you are a doctor, or aspire to be a doctor, you won't. The thing is, and this goes out to the RNs, LPNs, LVNs, medics, paramedics, EMTs. We all have a brotherhood or a sisterhood. Brother, sisterhood. I don't want to don't get mad. Ladies, please don't get mad at me. But, and it all actually depends on what facet you happen to work in. I've learned a lot. And I realize, and it is what it is. When you're a nurse, you don't eat, you don't sleep, but everybody else is more important than you. Or you might eat and not sleep and do one or the other too much. There's a lot of lessons that I learned. There's a lot of good people that I went to school with that I'll never forget. And some are in my area, some are not going to be in my area because, people have to move on to bigger and better. But through things like Facebook and group chat and things like that, you'll definitely be able to keep in contact. And they'll let you know what's going on the other side of the world or however it works. So for all the medical professionals under nurse practitioner, how has everything affected you? And if you're not one, and if you're inspiring to be one, maybe we could talk about it. We start to chat about it. Because there's a lot of people out there that need a lot more help than you even realize. There's a lot of things that's going on in the world medically that you won't know until they post something on Facebook or put something in the news. And you're like, I didn't even know that was a thing. Well, there's a lot of things you won't know. So, what's your medical skills? How well are you able to treat anyone? Especially if something happens. Are you going to at least even understand the process of what's going on? Life's life. It's not going to change. It could get better, it could get worse, depending on if you want to go the apothecary route or the pharmaceutical route. It all depends. I'm just proud that I made it as far as I have, and I want to make it further. But it's going to take time. And this is just an update to what's been going on with me and, a little bit of a rant. But at the same time, do you know CPR? Do you know infant CPR? Do you know what's going on with some of the afflictions that might be affecting you and your family? People always think, especially with my channel, I've had some comments that, oh, you don't have this, you don't have that. Well, knowledge is the most powerful weapon you could ever have. It doesn't matter if you have a RAM 870, A4, it doesn't matter. The thing is, you can always figure out something to do to protect individuals that you care about. But how much knowledge do you have to do so? So what have you been doing to make sure that your family or you can be safe in a time where, well, in case of emergency? So, shout out. Let's discuss it. What cards are you bringing to the table? What can you do? Let's hear it. Because I'm pretty sure I might get some views. Let's see how many comments I got and how many likes. Let's see what you got. I did what I had to do. Now it's your turn. Stay safe.